This video is brought to you by Speechify, the #1 text-to-speech reader. Get $60 off your Speechify membership when you sign up. Use the link in the description. Basically a letter via Tax's lawyer for it was for like a bail package, bail request, or whatever you call those. And in this letter, he says that Mr. Collins was the one who's Roland Collins, I'm sorry, who was Troy Ave, was the one with the gun. He had fired the shot, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, in Trife's words and Troy Ave's words, Tax was snitching in this letter. Mind you, Tax did respond. He was asked about this letter in an interview from jail. I'm not the snitch police. I'm just giving you the information. I think the only one who could be the judge is y'all, the people watching, the viewers. So you do what you will with that information.
They filed 4/11/2017, 2311/. The New York County District Attorney's Office immediately arrested and indicted an individual by the name of Roland Collins /case/ Troy Avenue. Mr. Collins is a recording artist whose artistry is filled with the glorification of narcotics sales, shootings, and the possession of firearms. Mr. Collins has also had members of his entourage assault other recording artists. Members of Mr. Collins' entourage were also involved in another club shooting whereby an innocent bystander was shot and injured in a New York City club. Specifically, a member of Mr. Collins' entourage who is known as Banga was charged with that shooting in New York County by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. At the time of the incident that occurred on 5/25/16, Banga was out on bail for that shooting incident. During the incident on 5/25/16 was shot and subsequently died. Mr. Collins was investigated as to that incident and charged. To date, Mr. Campbell, unlike Mr. Collins, has not been charged by state prosecutors. The firearm charged in the indictment against Mr. Campbell was recovered from a vehicle associated with Mr. Collins along with 2 other illegal firearms. Mr. Collins is observed on video surveillance firing that same weapon in which Mr. Campbell is accused of possessing. The government alleges that there is DNA present on the firearm of Mr. Campbell as well as 2 other individuals. As the court is aware, both parties are currently awaiting the AGTV DNA file. Mr. Collins is currently being charged with possession of this firearm, attempted murder, and other related charges in Manhattan Supreme Court stemming from the incident on 5/25/2016. Collins is currently out on $500,000 bond. Mr. Campbell has not been charged by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in regards to the incident. It will be a year since the incident and Mr. Campbell has yet to be charged. 2. Procedural history. Mr. Campbell was arrested at his home in Brooklyn on 1/16/2017 by the New York City Police Department without incident. The government sought detention at the initial arraignment. Pre-trial services deemed the defendant eligible for bail. Despite the government's request for detention, Magistrate Peck set bail at $500,000 personal recognition bond to be co-signed by 5 financially responsible persons and further secured by $350,000 cash or property. Travel restricted to the southern eastern districts of New York. Surrender all travel documents and passports. Strict pretrial supervision with drug testing and treatment, home detention, and electronic monitoring. B. 1/18/17 appeal before District Court Judge Louis A. Kaplan. Judge Kaplan revoked the bail package set by Magistrate Peck. Judge Kaplan made his decision on danger to the community and reserved his decision on risk of flight. 3. Bail argument. The government during both prior bail arguments implied that there was a possibility of much more serious allegations being filed against Mr. Campbell. To date, Mr. Campbell is not indicted in state or federal court with any allegations of assault or murder. It is undisputed that Mr. Campbell is gainfully employed as a podcaster for the Loudspeakers Network, which is located at 42 Broadway, New York, NY. In fact, the government has alleged in their narrative for detention that Mr. Campbell's motive for the crime stemmed from comments made in his podcast. The government has also made assertions concealing Mr. Campbell's prior gang membership. It's public knowledge and evident in several episodes of Mr. Campbell's podcast that he is against gang membership and denounces gang membership. Mr. Campbell's podcast is a variety show that is diversified in topics as well as guests. In fact, Huffington Post has described Mr. Campbell's podcast as one of the most intriguing podcast shows in 2016. After several mistakes in life, Mr. Campbell has made efforts to change his life around and seek redemption through his occupation as a podcaster and music and entertainment insider. Mr. Campbell, prior to being detained, was a regular on MTV and a frequent guest on Vice. The incident on 5/25/16 has been widely reported. Mr. Campbell has traveled extensively domestically and internationally since the incident. He has traveled extensively only to return to his home in East New York, Brooklyn. When Mr. Campbell was made aware that he was being sought for arrest, he promptly retained legal counsel. At no point in time since 5/25/16 has Mr. Campbell been at risk of flight. The criminal matter against Mr. Campbell is not overwhelming. The case hinges on forensic evidence as well as eyewitness testimony. Forensically, the government has alleged that other individuals were in possession of the firearm that Mr. Campbell is under indictment for. In fact, the government concedes that Mr. Collins is observed on video shooting the firearm. The government concedes that the firearm was recovered from a vehicle associated with Mr. Collins and his entourage. Mr. Collins has been charged with serious allegations in state court concerning the same narrative of facts stemming from the incident on 5/25/16 and is currently out on bail. 4. Conclusion. Based on the above reasons, the defense would request that Your Honor consider reinstating the bail conditions set on 1/17/17 by Magistrate Peck. Respectfully, Kenneth J. Montgomery, attorney for Darrell Campbell.